thing we're getting this out of the way right now.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're getting out of this out of the way.
Hello everyone, welcome to Anime Fun TV. I am Ernest Ultra Zamora here alongside
Jesse the Man Lopez.
And we are here to bring you a special YouTube, I guess what you call blind commentary or blind review of something that we decided to do. And today we're actually going to do Corey Graves' Culture Shock that's on the WWE Network.
For
you
just
can get
$9.99.
Yeah, exactly, $9.99, so you can go watch it yourself. We're not going to really... You're going to see probably around this little area here, a small snippet of what's going on, what we're watching. So it probably reverse as well. So because, you know, YouTube's and WWE doesn't like their content.
Copyright.
Yeah, but we're going to try to sneak one in here. We're not really going to show the whole episode. We're just going to do a blind commentary. Now, for those of you who don't know who Corey Graves is, or say not even what the heck Culture Shock is, Jesse, why don't you introduce what that is?
Corey Graves, the host of Culture Shock, is a former WWE NXT Tag Team Champion. He had to retire due to concussion. So WWE liked his look, he liked his personality, so they decided to give him his own show entitled Culture Shock. And basically what it is, Corey Graves goes from city to city, wherever the WWE is at the time. If there's any special events, he goes out there to take a look at what's happening in the city to give you a little bit of the culture shock, so to speak. For instance, they were recently in Austin. X Games was there as well, so he did a little report on the X Games. He was out in, I think it was New Jersey at the wharf out there, so they did something out there. And this one, the one we're going to do the blind commentary on, I guess it was at BronyCon, was in Baltimore this year?
That's right. It was in BronyCon in Baltimore. Me being a brony, Jesse being a wrestling fan, we decided, like, you know what, let's do a blind commentary since it's mixing two of basically of what we do.
Yeah, wrestling and bronies.
We have the certain projects online on Anime Fun TV. We got ECW, Equestria Championship Wrestling, that me and Jesse do. We also have Jesse's podcast,
the Fatal 4-Way Podcast. You could also follow me on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Right now, currently it's on YouTube if you want to listen to my podcast. But I also share the link on my Facebook community page, which is the Fatal 4-Way Podcast. You guys are more than welcome. The link's going to be in the description below, on the description.
And we just recently did a review on the fallout of SummerSlam, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, and also Raw the following night after SummerSlam, which was spectacular. If you guys didn't see it, you guys need to check it out if you guys are wrestling fans. Of course, being here, you guys are probably watching this because both you guys are probably wrestling fans and bronies. I'm a wrestling fan and a brony, but Jesse...
I'm just strictly a wrestling fan.
So
I respect the bronies, but I'm more of a wrestling fan. The brony scene is not my scene. So this is going to be interesting. I want to see how a wrestler like Corey Graves takes in the brony shock, so to speak.
True.
So it's going to be very interesting.
I think also Corey Graves was also at the Star Wars premiere of...
yeah, he was at the Star Wars, I think the press conference. It was really cool. I think it was E3 or somewhere around over there. Not E3, but Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Where they introduced the Star Wars stuff. So it was pretty cool. I liked that episode.
It just have seen someone out of their element going into something else. That's what we're here to see, what Corey Graves can entertain and see what he can, what his perspective of what the bronies are, because there are bronies who are wrestling fans, and sure enough, like I said, we have our projects going on, and we might make a slight appearance at Nightmare Nights later on this year if our panel gets approved. Looking at you. So Jesse, this is basically Jesse's first taste of what a brony convention would be. I've been to several BronyCons already with a good friend of mine at Brony. You forget the name. Brony Fanfare, all 3 years, and then last year went to Nightmare Nights. And again, we're hoping to probably do a panel of wrestling at Nightmare Nights if we get the panel approved. Here's hoping, yay. So.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're gonna probably have seen the screen down here somewhere, like
magic.
But here we go. We're gonna actually start playing it, and this was released on August 26th, 2015. Remember, it's on the WWE Network. Get the WWE Network. Well, how much is it?
$9.99.
So here we go. Here we're gonna watch Culture Shock, and really, I'm not too sure what to expect. So here we go. And play.
I always like the intro to the WWE Network. It's so calm and soothing.
The last time we came to Baltimore for Culture Shock, we went to Preakness, where the people came out to see the ponies. Now we're in Baltimore,
ponies.
where the people
Yeah,
want
they went to
to
the-
be the
the
ponies.
racetrack.
I'm Corey Graves. Welcome to BronyCon.
I like the face he gave. He was like, I'm here.
It's like, oh dear God, here we go. Oh, they actually got courtesy of Hasbro. Okay. That might mean something in the future if they're doing cooperation with Hasbro.
Relax, that's not my new entrance music. It's this episode of Culture Shock from the 4th annual BronyCon. Thousands of bronies have come here to celebrate their favorite show.
I like how he emphasized Brody.
So what exactly is a brony, you ask?
What is a brony?
Let's find out.
Yes, please. Oh, it's a furry.
If you had to sum it up, what is a
Wow,
brony?
Celestial.
It's kind of like being a
Hey.
Trekkie for Star Trek. That's basically what it's kind of based off of. They were like, well, we have Trekkies, so what if we take bro and pony and brony? So it's like Trekkie.
What does it mean to be a brony?
You gotta be able to
That's
stand
not my
up to
first
society's bullshit.
Hey, it's Dusty Cat. There you go, Jesse.
Mess
Now
up
you know who he
because
is.
You're gonna like what you like.
What are the rules
I like that guy.
of being a brony?
I think it's mostly just trying to treat everyone with respect, everyone with equality,
Oh,
trying
they're
to be
speaking
friendly, and not step on anybody's tails. per se.
Literally.
Oh, it's Twilight.
It seems
look
like
at
the
all those
bronies
plushies.
are truly unique people.
Yeah,
In
unique.
order to understand the mindset of a brony, I need to find out what makes My Little Pony so appealing to all these devoted fans. Are you guys all giant My Little Pony fans?
Wow.
Well, not all, but I'm obviously one of them.
Okay, who's not? Who's not?
Some-
Here for support. What's something about the show
The dad,
that
obviously.
draws you into it?
It's a weird phenomenon that it's the writing, it's the music, it's the songs are really catchy.
Basically, it just goes between
I hope
all
they don't
different
keep on
types of
replaying
people,
that.
so you kind of see, oh, I know that character. He's kind of like my friend. So it's usually a lot of relatability.
You could take any shows, and if it's good to you, swap out the characters with ponies, and it can be the same exact enjoyment that you would get. You know,
Where's
why
Xavier
not
Woods in all
put
this?
that
Seriously.
on anybody else?
What are the odds that you get a pair of ears on Dad before the end of the day?
Not happening.
Now that we
Oh,
know
that
why
artwork.
people like My Little Pony, let's find out what makes BronyCon such a special event.
Oh,
What is it about
Twilight.
this whole scene that attracts you?
I kind of got into My Little Pony and on like a whim. I was like, I'm gonna try this out. Like, I did not expect to like it this much.
Right.
I've made like dozens of My Little Pony costumes, and it helps to like pick characters who
Wow.
you're sort of you identify with. I love Reba Dash. She's an athlete. I'm athletic, so.
How long did it take you to put all this
Oh, wow, that's
I'd
nice.
say about 180 hours worth of
Oh,
work.
Ghostbusters Speaking
But
Pie.
that was mostly waiting around for eBay purchases.
This is our 4th year doing BronyCon, and we've made so many friends, and so many of them we only get to see when we're here.
I've got to say that the people in the fursuits and just the costumes
Lyra.
across the board seem to be having the most fun.
Puff.
It's kind of like you wear the costume and you just let loose, and everyone seems to be having a great time. Is there anything you would recommend that I check out while I'm here today?
Definitely look at all the amazing artwork because people are amazing.
That's one thing I like about the fandom. The artwork is just amazing.
Thanks to the
sometimes.
suggestion from Cosplay Hazard, I've commissioned a couple artists here at
Ooh.
BronyCon to make a special sketch. We'll check on that in a bit.
A
but
Corey
first,
Graves
Yes,
pony.
I always see that. I
about
definitely
this
see
bizarre
that.
world. You have a title. You are the manliest brony in the world. What are some of the most common misconceptions about the whole brony
It's
culture?
DK.
We just are weird, and it's not weird.
I basically like to give the Disney argument. I say there are plenty of adult fans of Disney that go to Disney World and love Disney movies and are passionate about Disney. It's just the same thing.
For an outsider that would say, okay, this whole scene, this whole
Wow, that's huge.
culture is
I think I
weird,
saw a
what would
photo
you
of
say to
that.
Well, it probably is, but no more than anything anyone else's culture. It's such a weird thing, because I look at it and I say, man, this
It's
is
a
weird
cosplay?
too. But I love it so much.
Dusty Cat is your brony world name.
Absolutely.
but I found that you had a very interesting real name.
Yeah. Dusty Rhodes.
There's an A in there.
Yep, but it is.
But it is, in fact, Dusty Rhodes. I saw his driver's license. Dusty Rhodes, not the American dream. Not the dream can see me now. I'm still not sure how I feel about this BronyCon thing yet. But let's head back to our artists and see how they're coming along with my drawing.
Ooh.
Finally, the time has arrived. We are going to get the answer to the question that has plagued the WWE Universe forever. What would I, Corey Graves, look like as a pony?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's shut up. That's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, he meant it as
amazing.
He meant it as a cool thing.
Strapping.
What type of pony am I?
You, in fact, are an earth pony. You are very strong. You are basically the most solid pony out there.
So much
Really
merchandise.
The most solid pony out there. This guy.
And of course, you have an amazing coiffure. So
I'm not sure what she just said.
we're Cutie Mark, which is your special talent. It's the symbol that embodies what you are, who you are. So we use the Culture Shock logo.
Awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, that is nice. That's a really good artist.
About this?
It's the atmosphere. You have a lot of people who are coming who can socialize, who may not have normally had a place to come and do that safely. Everyone I've ever met here has only ever been pleasant and generous and kind.
And it provides a warmth in here that you can only feel when you are around people that make you feel like you are wanted and you belong.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what the brony community does for everyone. Even if you are not a brony, we have open arms and we welcome
There's
you.
a lot of people cosplaying. Well, then again, it's
I have to
BronyCon.
admit, I had my preconceived notions coming
What?
into BronyCon, but you know what? I kind of get it.
Cool.
Everyone here has welcomed me with open arms. And it's not like I'm the only one in the WWE universe who understands this world.
I couldn't be happier.
What?
It's a
What?
biggie!
Oh, wow.
Real nice
That's
pony you got
awesome.
there, Big E, but I think I can do you one better.
Ah.
From BronyCon 2015, I'm Corey Graves. This has been Culture Shock. What?
What, indeed. Wow, that was very interesting.
That was a really cool little thing. I mean, I get the culture. It's just like an anime convention.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Any type of convention, Comic-Con, stuff like that. It's just a place of gathering, you know, for that specific genre of animation. Or no, not just that, but I guess of that community. You know what I mean? It's a community of people who like it. So like anime cons and stuff like that for OniCon, IkiCon. You know, it's for anime, brony. I get it. You know what I mean? Just like Corey Graves, I get it. For me, I just don't. It just doesn't connect with me. I never had a connection.
It doesn't happen for everybody. Like I remember when Chris took me to. Well, I was sort of invited to go to BronyCon, not BronyCon, Brony Fanfare, several years back, and I had to go to little Chris and say like, dude, I know nothing about this fandom, dude. You gotta help me. And sure enough, because he was in the fandom too, and he still is, I believe. And from that point, it's just like, it took me 2 years, two conventions at Brony Fanfare to finally get into the fandom. And the reason why I like the fandom, it reminds me of an older fandom, which is Sonic, actually. Sonic was a thing several years back, and I was on that too. It reminds me a lot of that fandom into the brony stuff, and it encouraged me to draw, encouraged me to, you know, do things, you know. That's one thing I like about this fandom. I just hope it continuously moves forward in a positive light instead of like when Sonic fandom kind of dwindled out and died. Not necessarily the I guess the problem that was from Sega, but it was more the fans and Sega not producing what the fans wanted. Whereas Hasbro, thus far, relatively has been doing what the fans have been kind of asking for. But seeing this mix between the wrestling and the ponies, we've been doing this sort of thing for quite a while, and it's kind of nice to see, like, you know, there's something like this to kind of showcase bringing together. Not really officially, but give a little nod to them.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you could take a look at it now, the in wrestling in general, the back room area has changed with rules and regulations and stuff. It's not the wild west anymore in wrestling anymore. It's now actually stuff. So there's video games in the background, in the back now. There's comic books. So
and a lot of them were a lot of millennials, but I guess 30-year-olds like us, 40-year-olds that actually grew up during those years,
during the 80s and stuff like that, and it's really cool. And again, you saw Xavier Woods, who's a big fan of video games, bronies, and other things.
But one thing that shocked me was Big E.
Was Big E Langston. Yeah, that
was really like, whoa.
Big E was really cool to see. You know what I mean? So that's awesome right there too. So.
And that whoever that artist was, that was a really good artwork. That's a really good representation of Corey Graves. So whoever did that artwork, mad props to you. And also Dusty Cat for making an appearance here too.
Dusty Cat making an appearance.
Dusty Cat, as he's actually part of the ECW universe that we kind of created and toying around with. Don't worry, the last 3 episodes of ECW will be airing soon. Hopefully after I get some time from work to get it done, and we'll see what the exciting ending of the first season of ECW is going to be.
I just thought of something. It was
What's
really
up?
cool. Well, we can't talk about it on camera.
Why not?
Well, it would be pretty cool to see.
But again, hopefully we get the panel at Nightmare Nights. That way we can bring some of this, the ECW, CAWs to the panel and just watch some fantasy wrestling and just talk about some of the topics that are happening in WWE and even around the
wrestling world. Because WWE's been making noise. You could hear that you could follow all the news stories that break on my Facebook page. I'm more active on my Facebook page than on my Twitter and my Instagram, but right now WWE's been making noise. So if you want to hear any of the signings that they just occurred or any rumblings in the back, just take a look at our fan page at the Fatal 4-Way podcast on Facebook, and the link is also going to be on the description as well.
Yeah, all in the description below. So guys, thank you so much. And just so you know, that's usually what Corey Graves does. My language is pretty bad, but that's what Corey Graves does, is just 30-minute snippets of cultures that are around America. And again, watch it on the WWE Network. Support the WWE Network, because we don't want to get blocked or we're not trying to make any money off this. We're just fans.
Yeah.
We love this. We love the entertainment. We love to entertain you. And I guess this is a sign off then.
Yeah, make sure you tune into Anime Fun TV if you're in the San Antonio area. We also got some other stuff. The Anime Fun TV podcast is coming out soon, so make sure you take a look at that. Again, Anime Fun TV, we'll be watching this video on. Just make sure you take a look at the announcements.
Oh yes. So guys, have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Quick snip here. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Take care, brothers.
Bye-bye.